Like I can die like any one on the day, the dawn of the dead day. I don't see nothing but red. I gather the blankets and milk and the bread. I come from the east and I'm traveling with.
It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jaguars and the Chargers coming up next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. He's at the 40. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Tannehill on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The numbers for Zeke from last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
2nd and 2. Elliott running right. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, oh, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Fournette, a first down carry. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Brady. Incomplete. Good coverage there by Carlton Davis.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch twins. Watch twins. No, 66. Hey, 66.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. After the sack on 1st down, Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so well.
Else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tannehill. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tannehill. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Tannehill's throw complete there to Moore. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 28. Now Tannehill. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Tannehill throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield equally good.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Nothing about the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a play fake, Brady. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On play action, it's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Brady's throw. Third down there is incomplete. Sets up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. A couple of touchdowns there for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley. Check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. A touchdown pass there for Zach Wilson. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On second down, Dillon.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to Dillon on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays high.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw there taken in by Smith. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Brings up 2nd and 7. They run once more with Dillon. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here's Brady. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Hurts the 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Again, he finds more. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jeremy Chinn, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand.
Personal foul.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would
even
do for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Tannehill going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chargers ready to take over. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On play action, now Brady. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Watch the pass. Check, 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 check.
Play action. Now it's Brady. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
Hey, ball 66.
To throw, it's Brady. And one more time, that's Watkins. Touchdown! Chris Watkins, touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jaguars back with it on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They start on the ground with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Brady to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. 10th carry now for Elliott. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. A give to Elliott, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22 when he needed plenty more. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And his kick is indeed good, and the Jaguars have won the game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Jags, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far.